Hello, my name's Nate, and I've thought about hitting record now for a long time, and I've had a lot of big feelings, and I've had no idea what I've wanted to say, and I still don't. I don't have a script. I'm just, man, I just have. I'm scared. It's the most scared I've ever been. I don't even know how to say it. It's so hard for me still to say. It's been 4 years and I still have a hard time saying it. But it's part of who I am. I'm Nate, and I'm a convicted felon. Oh man. I'm a minute in and I'm already crying. I'm a convicted felon. I did some terrible things. I hurt people that I loved. And I could never undo that. And it's what I did. That's a video for another time. Right now I feel scared. I feel so many emotions about what I did. Sadness. Regret. And all I want is to be able to, if I could grant one wish, I would snap my finger and be able to repay back every penny that I owed to them. But we'll talk more if anyone ever watches this. I'll talk more about what I did and how it's impacted a lot of really beautiful people. Right now I feel really scared. I said if I could grant one thing, I would snap my fingers and pay back every penny I owed. It's a lot of pennies, man. I've really fucked up. But I actually, as a convicted felon, want to maybe inspire others out there like me. We don't have to have the same set of circumstances. I don't care how you got to where you are. Maybe you're in my shoes. You've done, whatever you've done, man. Friend. I don't care. I think a lot of the world doesn't care either. Your victims care. I do. They should. But you should forgive yourself. It's easier said than done. Maybe someday together we'll be able to say that we did. But I, as a convicted felon, for the last 3 years, had the pleasure of actually getting to rebuild my career. Man, I didn't think I'd be able to do it. Prior to my conviction, I was making decent money. I was doing stuff I loved in technology. And I was carving out a beautiful future. I don't know why I threw it away. Nothing. But I threw it away. My life, everything that myself and my beautiful partner, fiance Molly, everything that we could have been. And that's some multiverse stuff. That's another life, man. It would have been beautiful. My partner, she's a saint. She's a beautiful soul. She knows what I did, the mistakes I made. She was there with me. She stayed. Do I think she should have? She says she's happy she did. Was it the best thing for her? No. Her life isn't easy. She's holding us on her back. Without her, I'd be homeless. My partner is an angel. I'm so blessed to have her. And I'm so blessed that she sees me. Me for me. Not the mistakes I made. And in my career, I was fortunate enough for an organization to see me for me too. I was there for 3 years, man. Open Arms is the name of it. Shout out to Open Arms. The mission is beautiful. For 3 years, man, I got to help provide nutritious food to people with cancer and AIDS, MS, and ALS, COPD. A lot of our clients would die, or someday might. But in my time there, I got to touch the lives of those that were in their program. And I got to be reminded that even as a felon, as someone who's done some big mistakes in their lives, I got to experience a reminder that we do too have value yet. Oh, it doesn't matter. You do too yet have value. Despite what you've done, you can still help people do beautiful things in the world. Thank you, Open Arms, for allowing me to do that. And that's what brings me to why I feel so scared about, a while back, I left Open Arms. My pride made me feel unappreciated. I was owed nothing. I was there to serve. And I lost sight of that. And man, what I would do to go back. And get to contribute the way that I once did. This beautiful planet we live on. And the details for why I left, all of that. Man, biggest mistake in my life are my crimes. But second to that is leaving that beautiful, beautiful place. My pride made me leave there. And I thought, man, for sure, I had a job, another opportunity lined up. If you saw that football down there that fell off the table, I got that at the place I left Open Arms to go to. Just the sports ministry. I was going to build a career in sports and help people. It was this beautiful opportunity. And it was way out of my comfort zone. and it was a warehouse job. Man, I spent the last 3 years of my life helping facilitate the volunteer experience. Sent a lot of emails. I've been in a lot of meetings. I've driven through a lot of snow delivering food to people with cancer. Working in a warehouse isn't anything I've ever done. But in my time at Open Arms, I got to work with so many beautiful people that it told me how wonderful it was to work with me. That I thought no matter where I went and what I did, if I bet on myself, I couldn't fail. That's wrong. I was never going to be a good warehouse worker. It was written in the stars. I wasn't even a good volunteer at Open Arms, scooping foods and stuff. I was great at telling people where they needed to be and why they should buy into the mission. And I'm happy to roll my sleeves up and scoop food as need be. It wasn't my strength. But I left Open Arms for an experience that didn't work out. And, man, I can't find a job. You know, I've applied. And here's what I want to say. I think this is the most important part of the message. So if you see this and you've stuck around, I'm proud of you for hanging in there. I've done it before. I know I can do it again. If Open Arms was willing to give me a chance, and I got to do what I got to do, I know someone will see me for me eventually. And I need you to know they will see you too. It is not easy. The first time I got my job after my conviction, I applied for hundreds of jobs on LinkedIn and Indeed and Glassdoor and Monster and everything I could. And I'm so fortunate, not fortunate, I'm privileged to be white, to have an education, and although I'm the product of two intellectually and emotionally disabled parents that are schizophrenic, psychotic, and depressed, and all these sorts of things that they probably gave to me that I just haven't had diagnosed yet. It doesn't matter what man, I am privileged, but I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what you're stacked up against. You can rebuild yourself. And I'm telling this to myself now too, because I need to hear it. It took hundreds of applications last time. And I received offers and told them about my situation before a background check could happen. Or I've told organizations and managers about my situation and my convictions and what happened and where my head was at and how it's affected people. And they've pulled back from providing an offer at that time. Some organizations have offered me and told me, I'm a son of a preacher, and man, I believe that what you've done shouldn't be held against you, but our organization is big and we'll see what HR says.